Hello, I'm excited to be here once again. Welcome to my channel. As you know, my name is Victor Ndiho. I'm living in South Africa, Cape Town, but originally I'm from Rwanda. Today I'll discuss about how we can change our thinking and be able to change our life. We have 5 strategies how we can be able to change our thinking. Change our thinking, your life will change. Change our thinking can be a challenge process, but good news is possible with the effort and the practice. Dive into the 5 strategies and see how we can be able to change our thinking. We need to identify our current thinking patterns. The first step in changing our thinking is to become aware of our current patterns of thinking. We need to pay attention to our thoughts and notice any negative or unhelpful patterns. Number 2, we need to challenge our thought. Once we have identified the negative or unhelpful patterns of thinking, challenge those thoughts by questioning their accuracy or validity. We must ask ourselves if there is any evidence to support those thoughts, or if there could be alternative explanations to those. Now we talk about those negative thoughts. We need to see if there is any to support them. If there isn't, once we identify them and they are not helping us anyway, then we need to get rid of them. But the first thing we need to do, we need to identify that there are negative thoughts which are busy pushing us down or draining our energy. Strategy number 3 is to reframe our thoughts. Reframing means looking at a situation from different perspectives. To reframe our thoughts, we need to try to find a more positive or helpful way to think about a situation. We need to twist the situation. We cannot always complain that this one is going wrong. No, everything happens for a reason. We need to twist it. We need to see any positive element in that situation. For example, instead of thinking, I'm always going to fail. Why thinking like that? We can twist that. Instead of feeling that we're going to fail always, we could say, no, we had the same situation in the past and some setbacks, but we can learn from them instead of relying on them. That we've been failing and now we're gonna continue failing. No. Some other situations sometimes happens for good reasons. For example, I have one friend, maybe this friend of mine want to go home to visit the family, and then he bought a bus. He took Uber to go to bus station. He want to go to visit the family. The family is far away. He's supposed to travel from Cape Town to Zimbabwe, Harare. What happened? Just when he arrived there, a few minutes, the bus was left already. When the bus left, he complained. He spent money to take Uber to go there, and he had to take another Uber back home. Yeah, I met him, and then he said, I'm just stressed. I lost a lot of money and the bus was gone. Something just popped in my mind, and then I tell him, listen, you don't have to stress. Everything happens for a reason. Just go home, relax, and wait for the next week pass. Every week there is a pass. I know you are late, you wasted, and it may be for your good for not taking this pass. The next day in the morning, it was Monday, he called me. Actually, he sent me a message. He said 14 people died in that pass. And then he asked me, are you a pastor? I tell him, no, I'm not a pastor. I'm no more Christian. I'm not a pastor. You are very lucky. God loves you. You could be dead. He was so happy from there. And now he never complained. When something will happen to him, he wait. So sometimes we need to see good in a bad situation. But how many times do we see good in a bad situation? That was an interesting example from my friend. So we need to learn from the bad situation in the past. Number 4, we need to practice mindfulness. Mindfulness is the practice of being present and aware in the moment. Practicing mindfulness can help us become more aware of our thoughts and feelings, and it can help us respond more skillfully to them. You see, when we encounter bad situations, our feelings are bad, our energy are low. But how can we respond skillfully to those wrong moments and wrong thoughts? Practice. We need to practice. Number 5, we need to seek support. There are many ways of supporting yourself for your positive thinking. You need to read a good books which are talking about the mind. For me, I've been reading the book called Think and Grow Rich now for 3 years. And I'm still reading. I love the book and I will never stop to read this book. I will show you. I got this book on my table here. This is the book. Think and Grow Rich. The book is written by a man called Napoleon Hill. It's a very good book. Try to find a copy like this. You can download the book also for free. And start reading the book. It's a very good book. It's going to help you, I promise. If they helped me, and I know it will help you as well. It's a very good book. I don't know how many languages in this book, but you should get it in English, and there are many people to read English. So far, over 15 million copies sold worldwide. 15 million copies sold worldwide. So it means it's a good book. If it wasn't a good book, it couldn't be going so far. 15 million copies, you can see there. The book itself says. Okay. So besides that, changing our thinking, as we said, can be challenging. And it can be helpful to seek support from friends, family, a mental health professional, even books, especially books specific topic, which is the mind we are talking about now. So we want to change our thinking patterns, because if you look at the mind, the thinking patterns, that's the most thing which are holding us down. Once we are able to change it, everything is gonna start growing upwards. Our finance, our income, Everything changes. The problem is ourselves. Try this and see. They can provide encouragement, feedbacks, and guidance as we work to change our thinking patterns. If you can have someone, your friend, to help you, is also great, because remember, sometimes we can't see ourselves, but someone else can. Sometimes we think we are doing great, but someone else can say, no, change that. Don't do it like that, do it that way. Very good, very important. Remember that changing your thinking is a process, and it may take time and effort. Be patient with yourself and celebrate your success along the way. It's not going to happen overnight, but it will take some time. Sometime weeks, sometime month, even a year. Be patient. Don't hurry. Be patient. It will come. Promise you it will come. Please consider to subscribe so that you can be able to see the notification for the next video. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.